stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Moving on, let's, any board comment?
I have one later.
Okay,
Later.
later,
Yeah.
all right,
Don't we have board comment at the end?
we do,
That's when I'll have it.
okay. Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
I'm good. All right, approval of the agenda. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the agenda?
I make a motion to accept as written.
I'll second that.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Public comment. Everybody's welcome to speak. Ask you to hold your comments to 2 minutes, so. Anybody? Yes, Pam.
Yes, I just wanted to say, I did make it down to the cemetery, I just wanted it on the record, and those benches are beautiful, they're in a perfect place, and I really applaud the cemetery group on what they've done.
They did a nice job.
Beautiful job.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I have a comment. Regarding the last time I was here recording audio or recording video, some people made a big hissy fit about me recording video after you guys adjourned the meeting. If you're in a public space, I'm allowed to record you, and you have no reasonable expectation of privacy. That includes you, Mr. Argala. If you're having a conversation right here next to the wall with someone, you should have no expectation of privacy. If you want to have a private conversation, you need to leave the public space and have a private conversation. Do not accuse me of eavesdropping on you. When you are in a public place, like a street, park, sidewalk, or in a public meeting, the expectation of privacy, you can allow others to record you. I do not have to ask you for permission. Yeah, and that's about it. That's all I have for my first comment here. And then secondly, there's a deal with MTA that requires Mr. the clerk to comply with the Open Meetings Act. And that requires him to provide a rough draft of the last meeting minutes within 8 days, 8 business days of the meeting. I have requested for over 4 years this documents from Mr. Michael Oxley. Only one time has he complied with my request. I would like the supervisor, Jim Herzog, to please make sure that Mike Oxley provides the rough draft of the meeting minutes 8 days after today. It should be on your website. Please and thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Welcome, Deputy. How are you? It's a waste of resources to have you here, but appreciate you being here.
Virginia page and there was a fly all of a sudden there was a fly.
Anyone else?
Anybody else? No? All right.
I think the board's doing a beautiful job. I don't know why we need anybody else.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Approval of the minutes for the October 8th, 2024 Board of Trustees meeting.
I have one change.
Okay,
Okay,
Second page, the zoning administrator report,
yep.
second from the last sentence there, a call from, and it says bold, what is that?
a
I
call.
think it should be folks,
Yeah,
Folks.
yeah,
Okay, we didn't have a name.
no,
Okay,
no, there's one that he said he had spoken to and they didn't, they were just, putting out feelers about it.
okay. And it looks like there is a sold sign up there and there were trucks there this evening and things, so they must be getting started on it.
Okay, cool,
Okay, thank you.
thank you, I'll make that
Anything else?
correction.
Yep, that's it. I make a motion to accept with the correction.
all right. We have a motion to accept the correction. We have a second.
I'll second.
We have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of approval of the minutes for the October 8th, 2024 Board of Trustees meeting with corrections, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Payment of the October 24 book of bills.
Everything looked good, and I make a motion to accept the book of bills as written.
Okay,
I'll second.
we have a motion, we have a second to pay the bills as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Treasurer's report.
Okay. Treasurer's report as of October 31st, 2024. The general fund, $2,362.39. The road fund, $153,529.47. Water fund, $8,347.07. Ditching, $48,427.05. The trash fund, $66,959.33. The tax fund, $32,667.94. Mosquito fund, $89,979.61. And marijuana fund, $226,999.27. The mosquito CD came due, that was redeemed, and that went back into the fund. Okay, so that was a 6-month, so that's back into that marijuana fund in the 226. The gypsy moth CD came due. That was rolled over again for another 6 months at the 5% interest. The next four are our general fund, as you can see them. They're doing very well. The 267 that just came due, and that was rolled over again. And the 204, that was also rolled over last month. So they're doing very well.
Those are nice
Our-
interest rates.
Yeah, total balance is $1,578,102.74. And if there's any questions,
Great. And the little, right there on the 9 months and the 6 months, the tiny little dates are when it would come due again, right?
correct, yes.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
kinda obvious, I just was gonna
Yes.
question it, so, excellent. I'll make a motion to accept the report as presented.
Support.
We have a motion, we have a support to accept the treasurer's report as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Board reports. The Gres Whitney Fire Board meeting was held in Whitney Township. The meeting was called together by Olin Schwartz. Jim Herzog gave the treasurer's report. We reviewed the monthly bills. Board members signed check for the monthly bills. There's no further discussion about the discussion with the IRS, whether the fire board is a government agency or not, but that was all I had to present in regard to the treasurer's report. Kurt Humrickhouse reported the firefighters responded to 7 calls during the previous month. 4 calls were for personal injury auto accidents. The fire department called to assist with an accident at M65 and US 23. The fire department also responded with a water rescue and a pet rescue. Kurt reported the fire department has a new firefighter and they have a new air fill station. So there was a resident at the meeting who lives near Brown's Landing, and he had a complaint about what he feels are dangerous fires at Brown's Landing. He has been in touch with the DNR, Eagle, prosecuting attorney, and so far he hasn't gotten any satisfaction. The way the DNR responded to the 2 fires in the township, I thought that was kind of interesting that he said they came out and did nothing. So, but the fire board has no authority to police or enforce burning violations. The fire department does, but not the board. So the next Gres Whitney Fire Board meeting will be November 21st at the All Gray Fire Hall. And that's my report.
Thank you.
And you gave the treasurer's report at the meeting?
I did.
Oh, okay. You stumped me there for a minute.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot to report. Tom gave me the numbers and,
Okay,
so it wasn't like, Tom going there with no budget adjustments or anything, so it worked out. Heritage Route.
I don't have a report. I didn't attend the depot meeting because it was the night before the election and I had to be at a polling place at 6 o'clock, and by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I usually earn my jammy, so I decided not to go. The courthouse, however, is having a Christmas junk sale this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Most items are donation only. Some of them will have actual prices on them. That's Friday and Saturday, and in December we have our greens and bake sale where gals come in and make beautiful Christmas arrangements and little gifts like you could give your teacher or male person or whatever, and a bake sale, and that's December 13th and 14th.
13th and 14th, okay. And this weekend for the junk
For the
sale.
junk
I thought I
sale,
saw the
Christmas
thing
junk
on the
sale,
sign
yes.
when I went to Clover.
Right. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome. Excuse me.
Zoning Administrator.
Last month we talked about the land up on 65 that, well, we've got the permit, the guy, I think he started his pole barn there. And then just north of that parcel is a 20-acre parcel, a modular was brought in. It was, I didn't drive over there yet to check it, but they told me, the dealer told me it would be on site 2 days after I okayed everything. I mean, they gave me a site plan and it was going in on where an existing pad was, so. I was over on Bay Ridge where the fire was at that home out there. And the new owner, he let me go in the house and we spent about an hour in there. It was a mess, but he says the only structure was a couple of floor joists, structural damage.
Mm-hmm.
The beams in there, they're charred, I'm guessing about an inch, but the beams are, I think, 8 by 12 in the living room, great room area. He plans on restoring the whole thing. That's his game plan. So, and he has a home on Bay Ridge, I think just kitty corner across from you.
Right.
Yeah. Over on the corner of Booth Road and Point Out Gray Road, we already have a barn on that property. Well, the gentleman he building a 40 by 50 barn, and the pad is in. Chuck I think you put the pad in, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a new driveway, so that project's coming along. The 3-bay garage on Point Out Gray Road, I drove by the other day and they were working on it. It was up and they were putting, not siding, but just the sheeting and everything, and getting the roof on. Atwater's project over on Santiago, which started out as a sunroom, became a sunroom, mudroom garage. Now, they've stripped the house. They're putting all new windows in, all new siding, so that's gonna be quite an improvement. That's about it right now. I've had some phone calls, but nothing more, so. That's it.
Very good. Thank you, Art.
On the question I have is that on the house that had caught fire and everything, that was already inspected by the by area code enforcement, wasn't it? Were you there when
No, but
when
that
Gary
was,
went there?
the contractor, owner, builder, he was not happy with the way that happened.
Okay.
They told him he needed permits, and he said all he was doing was just getting it ready.
Mm-hmm.
And so no permits aren't needed for that.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
And,
It's all
I wondered,
interior
I know
work.
you had talked to
Yeah,
Gary
so,
about
yeah.
that with the, okay.
the driveway is gonna be reconfigured in that project too when it's done. He told me that, so, yeah.
Who's the owner?
Rick Horn,
Oh,
that owns the bait shop.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Well,
he,
it's right to the big shop on 65, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
he bought it.
I didn't know that.
yeah.
The bait shop.
You know the fence on manor for the grow operation over there is not gonna happen, right?
Right.
Right,
Okay. All right, I thought you were aware of that.
Yeah, he canceled that zoning, that
Yeah,
land use permit, yeah, zoning permit.
all right, thank you, Art.
you're welcome.
Linwood Cemetery.
Yeah,
You
very
can-
happy with the way the benches look. There's a picture over on the local happenings of one of the benches on the cement slab. And then our liners came in this week, and so the trash cans will be out hopefully before the weather gets any worse. And we'll be all set and looking good.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I talked to Dominic about fall cleanup, told him to go ahead and clean it up. We wanna keep it looking good, so,
We did.
did he?
It was on his invoice this month.
Okay, I'll take a look tomorrow.
It's already paid. Too late.
Yeah, I can
Maybe
still
that's
look.
only part of it, I don't know.
All right, any old business?
Nope, the only thing we had there was what we had last month was about the street light.
Yeah,
And there was a phone call, I don't know that I got the message that it was, that Gabe, isn't it? Gabe, the one that
Gabe,
returned
right.
that- Did I leave you that message?
yeah.
He wanted Marilyn's email address to send her the document. And I thought, what the heck, you know? I'm not even sure that
I
she
don't
has
think-
an
I
email
don't
address.
think there's
So
something,
I think it should send it in the mail, what the
Yeah,
heck, you
yeah,
know,
that
so.
would be her decision.
Yeah, to give out her
email.
email address, I wouldn't give mine out
Yeah.
for that. I mean, they sent the, this is the street light that's going on the corner of Manor and Dryer Road. And what the stall has been is that Marilyn Bedore has, who lives right there, is they needed a right of way in her yard in order to be able to install the poles, all that stuff. And they sent it in her daughter-in-law's name. The paperwork for her to sign was not even in her name. And that was weeks ago.
Oh, yeah,
And we've been on him to say, you need to reissue this. How hard is it to just change a name and reissue it so you can keep it going? And then he calls back and says, well, why don't you give us her email address and we'll mail it to her. We'll email it to her. I'm like, what the heck? So,
okay.
Jim, I got a question on the streetlights. What does it take to get a streetlight put in? I mean, like at the end
Pam,
of,
can you bring that up to public comment?
yeah, I sure can.
Thank you. New business.
yeah, righty.
Jessica Landry, Township Assessor.
Okay, we've got this little packet there that's got these couple of things to discuss. I know you guys have all seen this because you wrote a check for her and everything. All I wanted to do, we already signed the contract, okay? And that is your department anyway, Pat. That's your department to hire, the assessor and everything. All I wanted to do was confirm that so I can put this pay into the minutes.
Right.
Okay, so it flags that, so according to this, her annual contract for 998 parcels at $1 each is $998. Her monthly employee compensation for the same amount of parcels at $13 each is $12,974 a year, so that's $1,081 a month. And she gets an inspection program option B, 199 parcels, that was the one I didn't really understand.
What is that? Which
The
one?
very bottom, the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
thing, it's a quarterly thing or something, I
Okay.
think you explained it to me.
So what Jessica is doing is, when she's going out into the field,
Okay,
okay, she is going to be doing a quarter of our parcels each quarter, updating them.
oh, okay,
And that's what she wants paid, the $30 per parcel.
parcel,
So that's
okay.
approximately 199 to 200 parcels that
Sure.
she'll be doing each quarter.
oh, good, okay, and so she'll get that close to $1,500 every quarter.
Correct.
Okay, good. So now I know how to put it down and then explain. So I wanted to have it appear in the minutes so it'll show that we already know that she's been hired. She's absolutely doing a fabulous job. I've worked with her in emails back and forth already, and it seems she gets done what we request, and and ask questions when she doesn't. I mean, when she has stuff to do, so, both her and I, so I'm satisfied with her. I just wanted to get that in a minute, so.
Right, you want a motion?
No,
Okay,
no, I think it's good, I can just put it in there, cause she's already hired, it's actually her hire, I just wanted to put it in a minute.
I've heard nothing but good comments from the treasurer.
Yeah, she's been right on top of everything, and her and I were in contact yesterday, every day actually. She's been right on top of everything, and everything is ready for the taxes pretty much to be printed now, so.
Great, great. Are those gonna still be done at the county level now, or,
Yes,
okay,
yes, I still want that to be done so that I can
okay, 'cause with Mike
send them
now-
out myself.
Yeah, so with Mike not there, how's
Yeah.
that work?
Um,
Did they hire somebody else?
There's someone else in there,
Okay.
I'm not quite sure, I can't remember his name right off the
Okay,
bat. But, yes, there is
When I
someone
went-
else, and Michael and I had spoke before
he left.
he left and everything, so it should be status quo as
Okay,
we
good.
did before.
Great,
So,
okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay,
So with Jessica on our minds,
yep,
the next two parts, so the next two things on there have to do with the land divisions.
okay,
Okay, the first one, and this is the communication I've had with Jessica, and of course Pat and I have discussed it, is that Jessica, the form that we normally used on a land division was one that, what I issued to Mr. Urban from Dyer Road about a land division on the southwest corner of Davis Road and Manor Road. There's a 40-acre parcel there that is owned by Jim Urban and Mr. Hart, and they've requested to divide that into two 20 acres, where Urban gets the northern 20 acres and Hart gets the southern. And that is in your little packet here, and you can see we've got everything we need, and I sent this to Jessica, and that's when it came out that she said we need to have this filled out for the, on her, she has a different type of form, which is fine, and it's actually a lot more, it's got a lot more specifics in it than the one that we used to use, so I'll take care of that. All I'm asking on this, the survey's already been done, as you can see, and it's really a straight shot, so
Yeah, that one should be easy.
and the survey was paid for, or they have not paid for the $150 that it takes to do a land division, but I'll take care of that with this. All I wanna do is get it on in the minutes that the board approves pending Jessica Landry is the assessor, Jessica's approval. Does that work for everyone?
I make a motion to
Yes.
accept the land division.
Okay. Pending Jessica Landry's approval,
Correct.
okay.
Support.
all right, we have a motion, we have support to approve the land divisions for Urban Hart.
Yep.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Better late than
I
never.
know.
And the next one, item C, has to do with the land division that just came in. I wasn't really, I didn't look up exactly where that parcel was. Did you, Pat?
What's the road?
It's,
I know they probably talked to you before that. It just came into the mail slot, and Jessica contacted me and said that was coming this way. Ballistic Truckman called me and said that on the back of the sheet are the legal descriptions, of course, which is the responsibility of the person that owns the property. And there's US 23. I never looked it up on the screen. to
That
see
would be
exactly where it is.
adjacent to the township property.
I believe you're right.
That's right behind the,
I thought that Pringle brought the property up there,
Yeah.
though. Remember when Wayne Biglow sold, anyway,
that's where that driveway is.
yep, which is Goodson's driveway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
The driveway's just south of that.
So, this one's paid for, the $150 in the drawer, and all of the paperwork is filled out to Jessica's Jessica's satisfaction. I only copied the very first page of it.
Okay,
You
this
know,
is
here-
not the same one that I was speaking to you about.
No, not the,
No,
no.
this is another
This is
ballistic
another
one.
one that's
Mhm.
over here, and that's why I
Right.
said I meant to look it up on the screen, I forgot
Right,
to see exactly what that. Jessica sent an email though that said that she said it, she was good to go with it.
okay.
So if we wanna just go ahead and approve, then,
Is
you know,
that
she's good to go.
2.7 gonna be landlocked
I don't really know.
on the east end of that?
Actually, I'm not sure.
It doesn't state here who the second party is.
No,
I think it's
So-
on the, let me see if it's on the rest of the document. I don't believe it was. So we're gonna have to have some questions with it. Like I said, it was just dropped off into the thing, and then Jessica had informed me before it was in, before it came into the box. I think when Jessica was that, no, because Gary's the only one that is signed. There's some other, here. And this is what you guys got already, is the
Yeah.
survey part, so that was the stuff that Jessica's email said that she was good to go for it.
Yeah, it's not stating who the second
Yeah, so
party
we-
is.
it's not square either, they're a rectangle.
And this is Pringles right here.
Yeah, mm-hmm. They bought this 5 acres from Killenbeck.
From Bigelow.
And
Bigelow.
Killenbeck bought it from Bigelow when we bought the 5 acres, when we bought this.
Oh, okay, they were all under,
Yeah, he had
Under Bigelow.
Killenbeck had a big 4x8 sign up there. Yep.
who wrote these? Kenny? Maybe. Is your handwriting? Thought so.
Why do you say that?
Because I know
Thank you for
some
waiting.
locals.
So Jessica writes and says, I received a land division request from Gary Ballistic for parcel da-da-da, and am in the process of reviewing the documents. They plan to drop off the originals at the hall today along with the land division fee. He intends to divide the 13.33 acre parcel into 2 parcels, 10.63 acre and a 2.70 acre. Okay, that's that little one.
Yeah,
Survey has been provided. If possible, can you please add this to the agenda for the evening's meeting pending my approval? Okay? I don't believe I will have an issue with this division, but I need more time to review. However, I'd hate to have them wait a month until the next meeting before I can approve it. So we can either do that as you requested, or, you know, we, obviously, the form is not complete.
I'll make a motion to accept with the application complete and also checking that parcel B has right of way
Okay? That's great, complete.
and her approval.
And parcel B, that 270, yeah, parcel B. B has access.
the only thing I can think of is, well, no, I'm not gonna go there.
And approval by assessor
Yeah.
approval.
Parcel B, depending on who that owner is, may have
Mhm.
access already.
Yeah, so I've got so Pat makes a motion to accept the land division application, pending, excuse me.
Yeah,
Pending whether parcel B has access and approval by the,
Assessor.
pending complete application.
Correct.
And I forgot a word there.
Right.
And plus parcel B has access and assessor approval.
Right.
That good?
Yes.
Okay, I'll second.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of approving this land division as presented, say aye.
Aye.
And I'll make copies of this after the meeting and give you that copy of that. You've already got the survey
Right.
card and that, so,
All right,
thank you.
thank you.
Yep. I'm gonna put her letter with it too, as actually, so that. Alrighty.
All right. Resolution, December Board of Review, December 10th, 2024. This will be the highlight of the supervisor's month.
Okay, we need that every time that there's board of review. Jessica, the assessor, she has multiple accounts. Aranac Township is one of them, and we are, and she has that. So she is cramped in order to meet the legal dates that you can have the December Board of Review, because she is spread thin against all these other jurisdictions. So she suggested that that we meet on December 10th. That's the day of our meeting, of our next board meeting, and at about 1 p.m. So I contacted Bob Britt, and I contacted everyone but you. I think so. I saw Bob and I saw Matt, and Matt said that he'd make it work. Bob said that he didn't have an issue and he would make sure that Matt made it work. Because I was concerned about him working with this, with Becky and all that, so. But I did see him on election day and asked him, and he said that, yes, he would make it work, so I just need to make a resolution to establish the December Board of Review on December 10th
Yeah,
at 1 p.m. And that's all I need.
that's it.
Okay, so I will make the motion, I'll make the resolution.
All right.
And you go for it.
Support.
Okay,
Support.
Jan supports,
We have a motion and we have a support for the resolution for the December Board of Review.
and I'll do roll call.
Okay, good idea.
Okay, so roll call vote, Penny,
Yes.
and Pat,
Yes.
myself, yes. And Jim,
Yes.
and Jan.
Yes.
Thank you. All official, I'll get it posted.
December isn't bad, it's the March,
It's the March one that
Yeah.
goes on, yeah, so, okay, good. So that's good done, so.
all right, November 5th election.
Yep, I have, everything, just a quick coverage, so everyone, knows what came in to vote or whatever, and I have the election results here. I was gonna put them in the packet, but it was too large to really copy well and put in the packet. But anybody who wants a copy of those results, I can give it to them. We had 576 voters, and 219 of them were absentee ballots that were processed during the thing, so.
Since 229.
There's
229, excuse me, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, not 199, 229, thank you. So, and everything went well. Anybody want to see who got the votes and who didn't, and you can come up and look at that.
I'd
Also have
like
it
to thank
posted
the
on the wall.
voters of Albright Township for
Amen.
keeping this board. All right. Good job, by the way, everybody,
Everything went really smoothly. It was quite busy at times, and we had, the polls closed at 8 o'clock while we were still processing absentee ballots, and we didn't finish until 9:30 because of how steady it was. Normally, we've never had the issue where we got them all processed during the day, but no, there was so much of a steady voters coming in that we weren't able to get them all done before the end of the 8 o'clock time.
all right. Board comment.
You said what I was gonna say. Thank you for anyone and everyone that supported me in the election, and I look forward to working with this board for the next 4 years, so thank you.
I ditto that.
No, you gotta say the whole thing.
Thank you very much for retaining me on the board.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I would like to, have the board consider Alretta Gates as a member of the planning commission. Alretta has been a regular attendant at the meetings, and I appreciate what she does with the cemetery board, and I'd like the board to consider her for the planning commission, so.
I think that's your appointment, isn't
That
it?
is your job to
Yeah.
appoint, so
Yes.
we appreciate your, wanting our insight. and
Well,
everything.
yeah,
We definitely do appreciate
we
that.
have to
but-
keep everything open so
Yeah,
everybody
that's
is
true.
aware.
But it's your and Loretta's decision.
I've already talked to her and she said she would be interested.
Great.
Wonderful.
I would like you to be a member of the planning commission.
All right, Loretta, I will swear you in on the
Thank you.
morning of the next, I'll swear you in on the morning of the next meeting, which is December 2nd.
Okay.
I'll send you a notice in the mail so you have that. And I should get you all of the paperwork too. You already have the zoning ordinance, but I'll get with you about it, so you can catch up to what we've been.
Thank you, Alretta.
Yes,
And who
thank
swears
you.
us in?
Michael.
And Nancy swears him in? How's that work?
Nancy gets sworn in by the Attorney General, I believe, and then,
She
or the
swears you in
Secretary of
and then you
State,
swear
and
us
then
in?
yep.
Okay.
She already gave me an email that says,
Is
she
it
will let
November-
us know when she gets sworn in, so
Is
that
it
all the
November
clerks can
20th
come
or is it
in.
December? I thought it was
No, it is November 20th when it changes over.
Okay,
but
that's
you
what I
can be-
thought.
You can be sworn in beforehand, so that
Or
you definitely
shortly
want to.
thereafter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Within so many days, I think it is. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Public comment. Yes.
I appreciate the work that you guys have done. I know that you don't think that I do, but I do. And I appreciate that we can vote in this country when we don't like boards and be able to recall them and if they aren't doing the right things. I hope you guys start doing the right things. Stop doing some nefarious things that we all know about. But voting is good. Thank God we live in America. Hey, Chuck? Have you guys thought about doing anything different with the mosquito spraying? Because we have West Nile out by my house, which I know it's not by the point where you guys live, but it's still West Nile and I still have dogs and grandkids. Are you guys looking at doing anything differently?
Well, that can be taken care of with APM. If you're having an issue, I'll be happy to talk to them for you.
I don't allow them to spray at my house. The question is the board going to do anything differently now that you know that West Nile has been out there? Obviously, the mosquito spraying isn't doing what it needs to do if we have West Nile.
Yeah. Oh.
Not enough people in the township even know that we have West Nile. You guys never released a statement. You've never announced anywhere. I announced it on my Facebook. So, but if it's not working and we're getting West Nile and people are still having issues with mosquitoes, are you guys looking at anything different? Or are you just gonna stay the course?
Well, we'll discuss that with APM and take their advice. They're the ones that brought it to our attention, actually.
Well, yeah, that's their job, is to bring it to your attention when there's West Nile, but are you guys looking at a different course of action? Have you spoke to any different companies? Have you
APM
spoke to
did
any
take
environmental
initiative on
agencies?
that.
Yeah. We will certainly be in discussion with APM. I don't know of any other mosquito spraying in this area right now, but we're always open to suggestions. But thank you for your input.
And there was an issue with the planning commission meeting, something about your nationality, I wasn't here, but are you guys looking into that at all? Because this other guy that was here seemed to really know what he was talking about. So are you guys investigating it, or?
He was way off.
Staying the course
Can I
again?
say something?
Yes, please
Certainly.
do.
I checked with MTA and we filled out all the proper paperwork. Not that it's anybody's business.
But this is our township, so it is.
Can I
Let
finish?
her speak.
Go ahead.
He pays income tax just like everybody else. He has social security taken out of his check. I filled out all the paperwork that I was required to for his hiring, let's say.
Right,
So
you're good, you know everything is good. You're
I don't know
100%.
You're ready to
everything.
cut her
And
off.
let me correct you, this isn't your township, this is our township.
Did I say my township?
Everybody that lives here.
Did I say
is
my
part of
township?
this township, you guys seem to act as though it is. And I'm just asking, making sure that you investigated and looked into a complaint that someone brought. Because many times complaints aren't looked at and investigated, so I'm concerned for the legality.
Can I say
of the
something?
township.
Certainly, he is,
Okay, like I told them yesterday, I started paying income taxes in 1964. Okay, and since '66, I've maxed out my social security tax every year from '66 to '17. Okay, I lived in Oakland County and I paid taxes to the city of Flint because that's where I work.
I don't really need to.
No,
know
what I'm
about
saying
that.
is, just wait now, you brought it up, and
Okay,
this is the
you're
fourth
getting
time.
very upset.
I am upset, because it's been brought up. The guy that brought it up yesterday, he brought it up to my face down, we're neighbors.
Okay, that's
Okay,
not me.
but
I'm asking.
the only thing I can't do is I can't vote. I can't vote, but I can hold an appointed position. That's no different
Okay.
than I'm hired by the township, it's no different, okay? Now, everybody's concerned with my position, okay? Like the other night, I know I'm taking some time here, folks. The other night when we had the illegal immigrants in here, I'm sitting right here next to them, and I'm an immigrant. And they had social security numbers. I had social security number. We all paid taxes. The only difference in me is I was the only one in my family that was not naturalized, because when my folks were naturalized, I opted out. I was old enough. Okay? That was my choice. My intention was, when I retired, was to move back to Canada. But all of a sudden, I had kids and grandkids and great-grandkids. So I'm here.
okay, I think we've covered that, thank you,
So
thank you.
I'm sorry, Jim, but I'm tired of it.
You are legal,
I am legal,
yes.
yes.
That's like saying every member of the US military is a US citizen, but that's not true.
No,
We all took an oath to defend the Constitution, but not all members of the military are US citizens.
I was eligible for the draft.
Sure,
I was
you
never
were.
drafted.
Okay, but do you understand, as a township member, I have the right to question when someone comes in here yelling? I'm not pointing fingers at you, I'm not accusing you, you don't need to be taking your pen and pointing it at me.
All right, we've covered this subject well enough, thank you.
Let's start acting like it. Also, I know when I ran for election, some of the comments made was that I had no experience. Has anyone checked into her experience before you appoint her? Is there someone more experienced? Have you put out an ad to get applications?
Public comment isn't a time
Yeah.
for questioning.
That was,
Public comment, not public question?
it's been
Yes.
on,
Public
the,
comment is public comment.
What are your hours going to be this next week? Cause they seem to be staggered, sometimes people are here, sometimes. they're
Our hours are
not.
stated in the newsletter.
They're also stated on the
Website.
augreytownship.com website.
Yep.
Okay,
You just
that is
can't
up.
say it right now to be polite?
9:30. Go ahead.
For mine, mine changed in December. It will be Monday and Wednesday. I'm here from 10 until noon. I'm usually here until 1, but I put till noon. Other than
Sounds like I
that,
have questions, and I have to know when the whole board is here, then, right?
Not all of us are here at the same time.
And that's the problem. I
Monday and
don't know.
Wednesday, 9:30 to 1 or 2 for me. Friday by appointment.
Okay.
But anybody who ever goes by this hall, I'm usually here every day. Except for
I'm
Thursday.
here about 4 out of 5.
Yep.
So, all right.
All you have to do is call ahead, Joy.
Anybody else?
Find out if
Email,
we're
and I
here.
don't get emails back, so.
That's not true. I answered your email this
One
last
email
time.
you did.
Yeah,
Yes,
not just
Pam.
one.
Hi, I'm sorry about the rest of this, but, I was asking about how we go about getting the streetlights put in.
Okay,
And I was wondering, at the end of my road, there's a lot of deer out there. And tonight, even when they went to pick me up, it was extremely difficult almost to see where you're supposed to turn onto the road. I mean, the road wasn't really all that visible.
is that at Court Street?
Yeah,
So you're
right at
talking the end of the
corner
road
my-
is Court Street?
Yeah, Court Street and Linwood Road.
Okay, mm-hmm.
And it's, you know, I mean, it gets dark so early.
Sure.
And those deer don't have a wristwatch on anymore. And they do go through there quite a bit. But I just was wondering how you go about even requesting it.
We contact Consumers Energy. That's what we did on Manor Road.
Okay, so it's up to consumers then.
We can put a request in, yes.
Okay, if that would be at all possible.
Sure.
Only because there's been, I mean, I know it's not a lot of high traffic area, but we do get the sugar beet trucks coming in. They're gonna be coming in real soon now. And like I said, when we went to turn onto the road tonight, you could hardly see where the road was. When it gets dark out there, it gets really,
Sure.
really dark.
Okay. I can talk to Consumers tomorrow.
Okay, I would appreciate it. I mean, if they say no, well, then that's,
I don't think they'll say no, but we'll see what they say.
okay. Thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome. And yes,
Yep, Derek for here. My public comment is, in regards to, I asked for a contract for the zoning administrator. And I was given a contract from 2002. It's 22 years old, it's outdated. So I was asking about what the duties are of the zoning administrator. In September, the zoning administrator had stated that it is not his duty to go out to a site and check to see if what the people are doing is what he approved. And actually, that is part of his job, is to enforce the zoning ordinance by going out to these sites and inspecting them. If he's not willing to go out to these sites and inspect these permits that he's giving out, his job needs to be given to someone who is more qualified. And in addition to that, in September, at the September meeting, we were talking about the zoning districts on the lakefront, Lake Shore, Lake Huron. The zoning administrator had made up a new district. I don't know if you guys caught that, but he said there's lakeside and Lake Shore residential. And I wasn't aware when we made up this new zoning district and how it exists. He said one on one side of the street is one, and on the other side's a different. And I'm pretty sure that both sides of the street are Lake Shore residential, except for the little tiny part that's forest on Booth Road, I believe it is. So I'm really concerned that the zoning administrator doesn't know his duties because there's no contract to him, and he doesn't understand the zoning districts in our township. That's a huge problem. I would like to see that addressed, Jim. I would like to see a new contract drafted for this man, and I would like him to know what his duties and responsibilities are as a zoning administrator, because you guys are all well aware of the fiasco that's happened on Green Drive next to my house, and that was all due to him not coming out and checking what he was doing. It's also due to the fact that he's very inexperienced and has never held a zoning administrator job. He was not a builder. He has no experience in this field. And now my house, my property has permanently went down. The value of my property has went down because of this man's mistake, and it's an honest mistake. I understand, but I don't want to see this happen again.
thank you. Anybody else?
Did you guys send out new blight letters to
No.
residents? You didn't send one out to anybody on San Diego?
Yes.
So you, no or yes?
You asked if I sent out new letters. No new letters. I did send out a letter a while back to Santiago.
So there is a blight ordinance?
There is a
that you
blight
guys are
ordinance.
following right
Yeah.
now, because you guys had told me there was no blight ordinance until you put this new one that you were doing in effect, so how are you sending
That's
out
not-
letters?
That's not correct.
That's not correct.
We're gonna be looking at meetings.
I got a FOIA request where you haven't complied with that.
That's not correct.
You had 3 people sitting here at the planning commission meeting saying that we were told there were no blight ordinances, but yet you're sending out letters on blight ordinance, so how exactly does that turn you down?
The issue you're referring to is I'm well aware of. I've had conversations with the gentleman and I sympathize with his position. And I really feel sorry for him.
Well,
He doesn't need any more hardship, I'll tell you that. So,
so then why are you sending out a letter to him? But the neighbors that I've complained about for 2 years, through written emails, through complaints at meetings, you guys have done nothing too. So I'd have to say, you probably don't feel too bad for him, but you do for my neighbors. 'Cause they
That's
have a
not
real lot of
correct.
junk
That's
there.
not correct at all, and you know
And
that.
again,
So-
what
It's
blight
just,
ordinance are you pulling this from to even write this letter? Because
The
you
one
told
from
me there was-
1993.
So then there was a blight ordinance, we were lied to, not just.
No, you weren't lied to.
Asked
You weren't
questions.
lied to,
No.
so, but anyhow, thank
Were
you.
you told there was no blight ordinance?
I requested all zoning ordinances from Mr. Mike Loxley, and he did not provide a blight ordinance. The
I
blight
asked
ordinance
if there
just
was a
popped
blight
up
ordinance,
out of
I was
nowhere.
told there was none.
Actually, it
As
did.
far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned.
We're done.
All right, we're finished.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for coming.
I need a motion.
I
Motion.
appreciate the veterans who stepped up and put a uniform on for their country.
Yeah.
Some of them were more fortunate than others. Others, it was a one-way trip for them. They're the heroes in my mind. I met some wonderful people during my turn in the Navy, and I was very fortunate. So, thank you to all the veterans.
Rick,
Have to
make a
adjourn.
Motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
We have a
Thank you.
second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you for coming. Have a safe journey home. Jim, how you doing? How you? Good to see you.
I will learn when to keep my mouth shut.
How you doing? You're all
Slap
right.
ya.
You're all right. You're
It's
all
just like
right.
Michael said, Pam, shush.
No,
That was at the during election.
Yeah, but that was,
Only a couple times. I felt
Yeah.
bad, but then I thought,
no,
no.
because this tends to harm.
you're fine.
And I wanna show her this shirt,
Oh.
because I really, oh gosh, look at all the animal hair.
Yeah, I'll call consumers tomorrow and see what I can do for
Well,
you.
then, it's just a picture that
Thank you.
I even just noticed tonight when they went to pick me up. I couldn't see the road.
Yeah.
Could you?
No, I was
And you were in the
I
front
was the
seat.
backseat driver in the front seat, wasn't I?
Yes. But I figured it wouldn't hurt
No, I'm glad you brought that up.
because it is so damn black down there.
I'm gonna get you envelopes.
Pardon?
I'm gonna get you envelopes for your son.
Right.
Thank you, Jim.